Welcome to Empowering People. This is a special series of videos which I will be doing throughout this MCO period. Okay, my name is Jaxen and I will be your host for this series. So today we're going to be talking about mindset to face MCO 2.0. And throughout this series of Empowering People, our tagline will be empowering you with the knowledge to enrich your life through the experiences of everyday heroes who walk among us. So the areas that we're going to be talking about will be personal development, health, finance, legal, medical, and well-being. And I will be going through different languages here during this program as well. So today, for episode 1, Mindset to Face MCO 2.0, I will be bringing on a friend of mine. His name is Felix Tay. So he's an entrepreneur turned into a life coach. And today, his topic will be on how to go into MCO 2.0 with the correct mindset. Hi everyone, welcome to my first episode of Empowering People series. With me today on the first episode, I have a very old friend, a very dear friend of mine, Felix Tay. Felix Tay, welcome to the first episode of Empowering People series. I would like to thank you for being here for this series. Okay, so Felix, please say hi to everyone.
Hi everyone. Nice for you to. Nice for me to be in here. It is my blessing to be here to share with you what little bit I know about mindset, about entrepreneurship and things like that. So, thank you for having me on this show.
Okay, great. So, like I said, this show I'm actually going to be talking about to a lot of people regarding the topic is empowering people, which means I want to give knowledge to people to actually help them become better in many areas, be it personal development, health, wealth, finance, well-being, in any areas. And one thing I realized that there are a lot of unsung heroes that walk among us every day. And I want to try to interview as many of these unsung heroes as much as I can, because I know a lot of us, a lot of people out there have a lot of things to share that they can share that can be of value to everyone else. Okay. And today I want to start this with you now. So Felix, I know you are a life coach, right? You're a life coach or a mindset coach. Maybe you can explain a little bit about this to me.
The core of what I do is about personal mastery. My message to people is that the work on yourself is the single most important work you have for the whole world. Because the only true problem, the only true thing that is actually happening, the reason why we are having so much conflict and so much issue is because everyone is trying to fix everyone else.
Okay, that's true. Okay.
Right? Some people feel that the world is not okay the way it is, so they try to fix the world. So we cause problem. Some people are so absorbed about, I want to be known. I want to prove myself. I want to prove myself. So they do all kinds of silly nonsense. But when we are paying so much attention to proving ourselves, we stop paying attention to improving ourselves.
Okay,
so I'm all about personal mastery. I'm all about working on the self. And the definition of that is simply that, a lot of us, we already know what needs to be done. We already know what needs to happen, but we just can't get ourselves to do what's necessary. And things like guilt, past grievances, pride even, right? Anger management, anxieties, stress, fears, insecurities. These are the areas and the domains that I work with. And most of the time, people come to me when they are feeling a lot of procrastination issues, mental blocks, moral dilemmas, decision dilemmas. I help them go through that.
Okay, that's great. That's pretty deep, actually, which is good because you see, Malaysia right now, we've just got into MCO 2.0. And right now, there are two groups of people, one who's crying and one who's laughing. But I know a lot of people out there are actually crying because when we got hit with the first MCO, a lot of people suffered throughout that period. Well, there were a lot of people who enjoyed the MCO, but there were a lot of people who suffered as well. And I think, in a way, a lot of people, they were praying that this will not happen again. And it did happen, and we are right now in the second MCO. So what advice can you give to people regarding how should they face MCO 2.0?
See, that's a very important point for us to think about. Because the first MCO struck, it's not just about people suffering or crying or being happy or enjoying. There are many people. There are many layers to this. There are people who were in denial. You know, at first, we all know it's not going to last for 2 weeks, and but many people choose to weather the storm. They choose to stay positive, so-called staying positive. The idea is that in the hopes that this will eventually last. And as many people have predicted, it did not last for 2 weeks. It lasted all the way for the rest of the year. And the very same people who chose to be positive eventually started to become pretty depressed. Chat rooms that I am a part of, a lot of it was filled with grievances about how life is not worth living. They have lost it all. And then at the same time, due to the mounting pressure and the mounting stress, many people's true behavior, who they truly are, starts to surface. We have people who are victim mindset, will be more victim. We have people who are givers, they become more givers. And we have people who are more who prioritizes the family above all else. Now those were the times where they really do go all out just to protect their family. But we also have certain issues like scammers, fake gurus. We have many different people who at that point in time they choose to take advantage of all of the desperate traditional brick and mortar businesses by promoting their so-called mentoring program or whatever not. And as a result of all that is happening, the market continues to evolve, and people who are credible are no longer don't seem to be as credible anymore. A lot of nasty things happen, and I think that something needs to be looked at. Number one, right? I've thought about this the whole day, and I had like 5, but I'm not sure we have the time for that. I will just talk about one at a time. So the first thing is, I think that we must learn from the first MCO, and in that too many of us were embroiled in a survival mindset. Okay. Too embroiled in survival mindset. And when someone is too embroiled in a survival mindset, what I want everyone to understand is when you're attached to survival, you're incapable of thinking of thriving.
Okay.
When you're in the thriving mindset, you're incapable of thinking about the survival mindset.
Okay.
Because if you're thriving, there is no need to thinking about the survival.
Because there's abundance. You know there's abundance to give out.
There's all this room for me to expand into. When you're in survival, you cannot think about thriving because it's just too far away.
When you're surviving,
and you know what's funny?
More internal, right? Everything just like you're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about how will it be for me, rather than having an abundance mindset to give more to people. Okay.
Yeah. And that is a crucial thing, because when even in business, in marketing, in all of the thing, money generating, everything has got to do with wealth. All the teachers have been telling us we must create relationships, we must give value.
Correct.
When you see when people go into survival mode, right? What do? They go to different WhatsApp groups, spamming their WhatsApp groups. They spam Facebook groups. Do people really click those links? Come on. Not really. It's like suddenly there's a random stranger popping up on my Facebook, spamming my personal WhatsApp or personal inbox, asking if I would like to engage them as a digital marketer and whatever not. There's no trust, there's no rapport. In fact, this very act looks very bad on them. It reflects very badly on them.
So how should people look at this period right now? How would you advise for that? No, we know that we want to go in with a positive mindset, but how would you advise people to be able to develop this kind of mindset?
Yeah, so it's actually encompassed in the 5 things I want to share. Basically, number 1, you cannot be thinking about survival. You need to be thinking about growth.
Okay.
Survival is all about conservation. I want to save money right now. I want to save energy. I want to save time, right? And when you're in that, the moment this happens, the moment these questions are playing in your mind, what is the feeling that accompanies it? Fear, stress, anxiety. Can someone really make the best decisions when they are feeling in that space all the time? Cannot, right? So instead of thinking about survival and preservation, you need to think about growth. I have a friend who used to work with Vishen Lakiani
With
and
okay.
Mind Valley.
Oh, okay.
Vishen Lakiani is the CEO of Mind Valley, is the owner, right?
Yep.
So he shared with me that during the worst times in Mind Valley, right? Back in the days when they were doing really badly certain times, um, this friend of mine, his name is Nicholas. Whenever he talked to Vision, he had this impression. It's like, okay, times are good. Vision's mindset is good. How do I take my company to the next level? Times are bad. Vision's mindset is still good. How do I take the company to the next level? What you need to do doesn't change. How you're feeling must change. So internally, we cannot have the survival mindset. If you're constantly thinking about survival, it's a eventually losing game. And one interesting thing I want to point out to you is that no matter how much money someone has, you will notice that they will still talk about survival.
True.
Isn't it funny? Right? Like
Yes.
somebody who makes 5K a month, they got no problem with survival. Someone who's making 50K a month, right now something happened, pandemic happened, they're panicking.
But it's
Why? It makes no sense, right? You know the reason why leads to my next point. It is the avoidance of shame and the preservation of pride.
mm-hmm. So how would you elaborate that?
Truth of the matter is it true that this person cannot survive?
Mm-hmm.
This person can survive. No matter
Yes,
what, you can survive.
that's right.
Even if you have to be homeless, even if you have to beg for food, you are gonna survive anyway. But when do someone actually kill themselves? When their pride cannot take it.
Okay. It's very much inside here.
It's like I used to be this, now I'm here. Well, I used to must be able to buy a Birkin bag every month. I must be able to buy a new Tech Heuer every 3 months, right? I used to drive a BMW. Part of my who I am is a BMW driver. Who I am is this guy who lives in a mansion, right? Or something simpler, okay? More relatable. Who I am is someone who lives in a service apartment or a service condominium. I used to rent a whole house, right? And now MCO struck. Actually, survival is not the question. It is the preservation of their lifestyle that comes into question.
Okay. That makes perfect sense
They
as
cannot
well.
take it.
Okay.
Cannot take it, right? So if you suddenly take away all of those things, they feel that they lose all progress.
Hmm.
But actually, did you really lose all progress? You see, that is a very, very big question. Or did you gain a lesson? Did you gain a different way of life, of living? Did you gain a different way of seeing life? See?
Okay.
So at the end of the day, why is it that people want to, and I speak a lot about this to my students, why are people so afraid of the bad? It's because they cannot accept the bad. They only want the good in life, isn't it?
Yep. That's normal. A lot of people have that kind of mindset.
Right? The more attached you are to the good, the more allergic you are to the bad.
Yes.
So the moment the bad happens, depending on the scale of the allergy, you either live or die.
True. They would think that the whole world is coming down on them.
Correct. So truth of the matter is, all of the things that happens in our life, all the experiences, they are what? They are experiences. If you are someone who is truly resilient, you will look back on this day 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You look back on this day with pride and say, this is what I've done. This is how I've approached it. Right? Or you can be one of those people who cannot tahan their lifestyle falling short by 10%. So now they are going all out to make money. There was this guy, he was a so-called guru. Me and a number of community leaders were pulled into a WhatsApp group. And during the first days of MCO, right, this WhatsApp group was created for community leaders to support each other, to support community. It came from that space of, we want to share. This guru came in, didn't post a single thing, launch a marketing program, and then keep on spamming the group to get other community leaders to send people to his webinar.
Okay. He's
And
asking.
the funny thing is, this guy is not making small money, He's making a lot of money. He have been making a lot of money. He came from a rich background. He has a lot of money. He has been making a lot of money, and he continues to make a lot of money. But there's all these acts of desperation that comes up. Why? Because that 10% is too much to bear. I cannot survive. I must make sure my lifestyle is preserved above everything else. Pride. So now is not the time for pride.
True.
Now is not the time for you to think about yourself. Honestly speaking, the problem with people and the reason why some people continue to not, and this is a bit deep, okay?
Okay.
The true reason why people are not attaining abundance is because they're too self-absorbed.
I think that's pretty common in society nowadays, especially with social media and the new generation of people. A lot of people are a lot more self-absorbed in themselves.
Yeah. What about me? What about me? What about my lifestyle? What about my needs? What about my wants? Right? But people want to know who you are, and they want to know that you care before they do business with you.
True. Yeah.
So I'm not saying to absolve boundaries. No. Keep your boundaries, keep your present priorities, keep everything, right? But don't be so open. Like, if let's say your mental RAM is 100% right, at least 50% should be allocated to other people.
True. I think this is an abundance mindset. Like you want to give before taking anything. But a lot of people, they come in with a mindset, because they're scared. It's self-preservation. You want to take and take and take and take.
Yep. There was this guy who came into my Mental Health Asia Facebook group. Hey, okay. Mental Health Asia, Mental Health Asia is meant for people who are feeling some struggles. They come in to do what? To heal.
Okay.
To heal, right? To learn, to improve their mental health. This guy, he came in, he's a trainer, he's a corporate trainer. When I formed the group, he said he wants in. Okay, cool. From the first day he joined, until every day he posts something to sell his program. And it's all about, okay, come join this program and you will change your mindset and you will change your life and you blah, 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 blah. So I was looking at this situation as a community leader. I myself, as a community leader, founder and creator of the Facebook group, haven't even done one call to action. And all the regular contributors haven't even done one call to action. This guy every day call to action, call to action, call to action. So I messaged after disapproving his post for I think 12 times, because it literally blatantly breached the rules of the community. I literally said no spamming, no private link elsewhere. So I messaged him. I said, "Can you not do this?" And very politely I asked, and you know what he said? He said, "Okay, I will leave the group. I will leave the group then."
Fine. That's fine.
See? So I'm amused by that, and I look at this guy. He continues to struggle.
Okay.
You cannot expect to achieve abundance for as long as you are attached to certainty. My wealth mentor told me this. Credits to Thomas. Thomas told me this. He said that abundance does not exist in certainty.
True.
It is only, the world of abundance is only for the courageous. It is not for the people who are fearless, courageous. There is no such thing as fearless. You must be courageous. That means you feel the fear, you do it anyway. You don't have certainty, you do it anyway. Play it smart by not letting pride get in the way. Make yourself, your existence as lean as possible, and expand, constantly expand, right? Don't pay so much attention. Pay attention to yourself, but don't pay 90% of attention to yourself. The 10% is normally reserved for marketing. No, no, no. Pay attention to the needs of the people around you, and abundance will come.
Okay.
You see, money didn't disappear, right?
No, it's still
Money
around.
did not disappear. It's still around. It's the same quantity. It only shifted hands. All that happened is that money shifted hands. So if money shifted hands, right, you think those people don't want to spend their money?
They will spend.
Everyone wants to spend money. Is the whole reason why this whole commercialism, capitalism happened, because people want to spend money. But when people are, next pointer, too attached to what used to work. Too
Okay.
attached to what used to work. I have a family business. No, Felix, you don't get it. I have a family business that lasted 3 generations.
Okay, that's good.
I have a family business that lasted 3 generations, Felix. It falls on me as the sole child or the eldest child to take care of the family business. It will not fall in my generation.
Okay.
But the reality is that the family business has been obsolete.
You need to learn to
How?
change.
What?
You need to learn to change their mindset about a lot of things, especially with the way business is going nowadays.
Yeah.
So if they're too wrapped up in, this is how it used to be, this is how it used to work, they're not likely going to be able to survive through this period as well.
Yeah. So what do these people do normally? They will go and try and learn how to sell what people don't want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
See? People don't buy not because they're trying to be nasty. People don't buy because they do not know the reason why they should buy. Or even if they know the reason why they should buy, they probably don't like buying from you. Or maybe if they know they should buy, and they want to buy from you, probably the way by which they buy is not preferred by them.
Okay.
Right? As an example, if I have a friend who sells what I deem to be the world's best wanton mee in, let's say, I don't know, Jalan Ipoh.
Okay.
Okay, Jalan Ipoh, right? I deem is the world's best and cheapest wanton mee ever. Most value for money, lah. Double portion over everyone else.
Wow.
But I don't like, I just don't like going outside of my house. I want to order, I prefer ordering by Grab food.
True.
Right? So now imagine this wanton mee guy, he's this friend, right? He say, no, Felix, you don't get it. If you don't eat my wanton mee fresh, right, you're not gonna get the same flavor.
Okay.
So I don't want to go to Grab. How?
Yep, there are a lot of businesses that I know who refuse to go to Grab or go to other delivery platforms as well.
Yeah. So you see, pride,
yeah, they have the
attachment to what
mindset
used
of
to
how
work.
things need to be. Like, this is how my stuff is, this is how my brand is, this is how my quality is, and they will not sacrifice anything for it.
Yeah. And also one of the reasons why people don't want to sacrifice any is because they're lazy. Just bluntly speaking, I want to explain what I mean by that. I spent so much time building all of this up. You asked me to start over?
Okay, true.
Right. My brand, my SOPs, my systems, my protocols, all of these is there. I spent so much blood, sweat, and tears. You ask me to start over? They feel the dread, right? So this has become a decision problem. This is not a condition problem. MCO is not a condition problem. It is a decision problem. Do you choose to pay attention, or are you gonna be too strong in your own personal intention? Are you trying to avoid shame and preserve your pride, or do you choose to become flexible? right? Do you choose to thrive, or do you choose to want to survive and hunker down and minimize yourself, or do you choose to expand? Do you choose to explore and have the courage to explore what is unfamiliar territory? Or are you going to let fear dictate your life?
I think a lot of people are probably held back by fear and uncertainty. The uncertainty causes fear, and it holds
Correct.
them back a lot.
Correct. That's why, again, personal mastery. The truth of the matter is, the only thing that stops all of us is no one but ourselves. Our shame, guilt, hopelessness, our pride, jealousy, our anger, our grievances, our fears, all these things, these are the only enemy. Not an enemy, no. These are the only hurdles, challenges. Because at some point they work. At some point it's been helping us. But there are time and place for everything. There is a time and place for anger. There is a time and place for fear. I'm saying now is not the time for fear. Now is the time for smarts, but not fear. And the smartest thing to do right now is to pay attention. The more volatile the market is, the more we need to pay attention to the market. You don't hope to do one work one day and then relax. Hokkien say tiao ka,
Okay, yeah,
goyang kaki. No, you don't do that. The more VUCA a market is, the more you pay attention, the more flexible you become. It is not the mighty oak tree that lasts the storm. It is the bamboo that sways with the wind. Or better yet, rather than being a bamboo, be like what Bruce Lee say lah. Be like
yeah,
water. Yeah, you be like water. You're as flexible as water. Who can crush you? Can you crush water? How can you crush water? It's impossible. You can crush ice lah. Right? So the more steadfast you are, the more you hold on, the more you anchor, the more you believe, the worse it becomes.
true.
The more you're gonna be crushed. The higher your nose up is in the air, the further down you have to fall.
True.
So, and finally, I think all of this has got to do with, last bit is the most deepest of it all. It's got to do with someone's worldview.
Worldview, how they see the world.
Yeah. How
Okay.
they see the world. You see, many people expect the world to behave the way they believe it should behave. Right? You should behave this way, ma. This is what is right. This is what is wrong.
Okay.
Right? I'm only doing what's right, according to me.
Okay.
You get it right? Right? So whenever someone says, no, I'm speaking the truth. No. You're speaking your truth.
It's like you're looking at the number 6 or number
Yeah.
9, depending on which direction you're standing at.
Yeah. Correct. And right now, you see, I can use the example of MLM. I know many good MLM distributors, business owners who run really successful businesses, and they all of them have one thing in common. They embody this concept. They embody the concept of respect. All great MLM and insurance agents embody the concept of respect. They understand that they themselves may see their product as the best in the world, but they don't try to impose it on everyone who they meet. And then the MLM agents, the insurance agents who struggle, these are the people who have a lot of shoulds. It's like, you should be buying my supplement, right? You should be buying my plan.
True.
There's a lot of shoulds. And these are the very same people who, they climb the ladder for a while and then they get stuck, they get stagnant. And then they do all kinds of activity. They join BNI, they do videos every day, they do Facebook Lives, they do this, they do that, they do all kinds of things. Constantly trying to force their message down people's throats. Because they can't understand, they can't comprehend, why is it that people behave this way? Why are they so stupid? They think about it this way. Why are people so stupid one? Why can't they understand that nutrition is the most important thing? Why can't they, personal trainers, why can't they understand that fitness is the most important thing? Right? business mentors. Why can't they understand that marketing is the most important thing? So they expect other people to behave in the way they thought.
Okay.
There was a lady I was talking to earlier this morning. I was having a conversation with her. She said that she signed up for a marketing course. And she signed up for a marketing course sometime last year. And this trainer, this coach, keeps scolding the mentees.
Okay.
Right? She keeps scolding the mentees like, "What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Why are you asking me stupid question?" Right? And she said that guy, that guru, newly minted guru, got a class action lawsuit against him right now.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, people don't understand. This people are like this. You gotta accept. You gotta accept that. And if you don't accept people the way they are, if you don't accept the situation the way they are, it is hopeless to change anything. You cannot change anything unless you first accept the situation. Unless you accept yourself the way you are, you can't change yourself. Unless you accept the world the way it is, you can't hope to even hope change the world. So we gotta allow ourselves to just accept things the way they are, pay attention, understand what people want, understand what people need, understand what they are asking for. People go like, yeah, Felix, they need this, they need that. No, no, no. They need that according to you. They need to say that they need it. If they don't say that they need it, then they don't need it. Then whatever invitation you do, you can try to educate or whatever not. But unless they personally acknowledge that they want it and they need it, nothing is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
One final example, I put in the entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs and startups in Malaysia Facebook group. I asked, I think it was yesterday, I asked the question. No, 2 days ago, the moment the lockdown was announced, I said, "How are you guys feeling about the lockdown? No, sorry, are you affected badly by the new MCO? What support do you need?" I asked that two questions.
I actually saw that post that you had on Facebook.
Yeah. What do you notice among the comments?
A lot of people asking stupid questions, saying stupid things like, I need this, I need that, they want this, I think one guy was asking for money or something like that. It's
Hmm. I, I wouldn't say stupid. I would say desperate. Because when emotions are high, intelligence is
low.
yeah. Many people are desperate, and it's sad to notice like half of them are pitching their products and services in that thread. Who is gonna watch? And then they will say, "No, you don't get it. If even 5 people watch it, there's like 5 more chance." No, no, no. There's no chance. It's like a shotgun game, when you spam things like that. And then some people want to pretend that they're okay. Some people are actually okay, right? But some people also want to pretend that they're okay so that they can get more business. That is not the way to behave. Doing this actually it's like even you as a third party, you see those people, you don't have any good impression of them.
No, I don't.
Yeah. And we live in a very judgmental world, in a very judgmental market. So when somebody has to go through other people's threats and comments, and instead of offering, they're asking, "Please give me business." They're saying, "I'm begging." This is not the way to be an expert. This is not the way to be a consultant or a mentor or an expert in any field. This will not get money. If you want to get money, now is the time to give. Create value. If you don't have it enough within you to create a value, then go and learn, add value to yourself, right? Don't have so much pride to the point where you can't even get for a job. Some people will be like, "I'd rather die rather than get a job." Okay lah, die lo.
I think most people are. The many who are probably in that stage right now.
Yeah, but why would you want to let go of something as beautiful as life? Why would you want to let go of that just because the pride can't take it? You see, the way to see the beauty of life is not to be attached to what is good. The way to see the beauty of life is to allow yourself to see the bad side of life as well. It is only because there is the bad, therefore the good appears. It is only due to the fear of becoming worse that the desire to becoming better is ignited.
Mm.
This is all part and parcel of life. The world has no obligation to fit into our own logic.
True.
People have no obligation to fit into our logic. Life has no obligation to fit into our logic. It is up to us to go in and fit into life's logic. So when we are allowing ourselves to do so, you can see all the beautiful moments of life, all truly everything that life has to offer. And then we live a full-time life.
That's pretty good. It's pretty deep as well, but I actually get what you mean. If I can do just a simple summary, I think one thing we can take away from here is that number one, it's having an abundance mindset, the heart of abundance, to give more, learn to provide value to people rather than keep asking for more. Am I right to say that?
Yep. There's a separate distinction to it. You can also say it as love. It sounds very weird, but love. Love life, love people. When you truly love life, you will love life in all the
Always, all
spectrum,
forms, all manners.
all manners. Whether this happened to me, I love life. This happened to me, I love life. I just love life. Love people. When you love people, will you care when you give them things? You will
No,
not care. When you truly love people, giving doesn't come at a cost. It is
true.
only when you are lusting after people. It is only when you see people as a dollar sign. It is only when you see people as a form of like either a sex partner or a dollar sign, that is when you have a lot of problem.
When there's something that you want in return for giving,
Yeah. Then you suffer. You'll be so miserable at giving. It's like, why I do this and I do this and I do this? Why can't I get any results?
because a lot of people think that I give. They think they have a abundance mindset. They think you're a giver, but when in fact they actually are the opposite. They want something, but they believe by giving it, I should get something.
Yeah. Yeah. Expectations again.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to look into MCO 2.0 to actually change the way we think, our mindset, so that we don't have that victim mindset as we enter to MCO 2.0. Okay. I think this has been really helpful. It's a great way to start this series of talks to really tell people about how they should prepare to go in, not to go. We are already in MCO 2.0. Is how to prepare our mindset to face this journey ahead of us, because it's not going to be easy. And everyone out there, we all need as much help as we can. Okay, doesn't matter whether you are earning that, you are getting the 5,000 ringgit a month, or the one getting that 50,000 ringgit a month. Everyone needs help in some ways to really go through MCO 2.0, and it all starts with oneself.
Can I just give one more?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Don't be the receiver of help. Be the help. Be the source of whatever it is that you lack. If you lack money, be the source of money. If you lack love, be the source of love. If you be the source of the things that you lack, will you be concerned that you are lacking it?
No.
No.
Abundance
So
mindset.
have the change mindset. To become the help is not about to get help first. To become the help is a simple change in the way you think. I'm going to replenish this. I'm going to fuel this, right? I'm going to find within me the source of treasure. If you can do that, suddenly you see people start to become very attracted to you. They follow you, they listen to you. You're just minding your own business, but at the same time, you're minding your own business because you love them. Okay. And you embody the whole thing about respect. This is a separate topic altogether. It's very deep actually. But rather than looking for help, become the help.
True. It's the way we see. This is very much also a part of an abundance mindset, that because you are able to give more. I'm the source of this the good things. I'm the source of the abundance. I'm the source of what I can give, rather than, I need to take from someone before I have something to give to someone else. Okay, be the source itself. Okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. That's pretty good. Okay. um we've reached the time limit of our conversation today, okay, because I'm trying to keep the conversation to a good length so that people have time to look through these videos. I would love to probably catch up with you again for another talk, maybe a bit later, okay? Which I think you have a lot of things to share, and I think a lot of people out there needs more of this kind of help to really, help them change the way they think, change the way they see things, so that, MCO 2.0 is just MCO 2.0. It doesn't have to be MCO 2.0, Um, and I would like to thank you for being here today to share what you have in mind with everyone else out there. So thank you very much, Felix. Before we go off today, any last thing you want to say to people? Any last advice you want to tell everyone who's watching this video?
I think it was that one. Be the source of whatever it is that you lack. Being the source is not just, it's not just about giving, it's about creating. That's what you mean by being a source. If you are the source, you are the manufacturer,
Hmm.
right? So how it's not about how can you source certain things, it's how can you manufacture? Can you create? Can you create money for the people around you? Can you create health for the people around you? Can you create relationships, love for the people around you? If you can do that, you're okay.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Felix, for this wonderful session. Okay.
Welcome.
Quick one. Now, if there are people out there who, let's say, they need help, they need someone
Mhm.
to talk to, they need someone to coach them, guide them regarding their mindset.
Mm.
Can they look for you?
Yeah. So what I do recently, I've decided to do this. The spectrum of personal mastery encompasses a lot of things, and I don't do any. My course addresses all components of it, but I understand that people are facing specific problems, things like anxiety and stress, procrastination, depression, whatever. So I actually do a series of webinars to address each of the components of a personal mastery. So what I do a webinar every Tuesday night, and the way they can have access to this webinar is actually by going to felixtay.com. Just very simple, felixtay.com. Or they can join my
tay.com, huh? Just to be
yeah felxtay.com.
yeah, tay.com. Great.
Yeah. So inside there, they can actually just subscribe to my newsletter to get the invitations. Every week, I will send out an invitation, and these talks of mine are not really selling events. There are certain things that my intention for it is for to have people to be transformed even by participating within the webinar itself. So they can just come do the webinar. They will see marked improvement in the way they think, in the way they feel, in how they see life, even by joining the webinars. And if they really feel that they want further help, all of my knowledge is given freely. I don't ask for anything in return.
So if they
If they
register at
want my personal time,
felixtay.com, it's
if
free.
they sorry,
If they register at felixtay.com, it's free.
it's free. All my webinars are free. All my knowledge is free. It is when they want to have my personal time, then they hire me to do certain things. They join my program. I train them to implement the knowledge which I taught them during the webinar. So that would be the case. You can go there and take a look at the schedule and sign up for whatever event that you guys want to sign up for.
Okay. So it's every Tuesday. What time again?
It may change, not just every Tuesday. Currently, it's every Tuesday, 8 p.m., but it may
Tuesday,
change
8 p.m.
sometime in the future. I don't know. But the schedule will be inside felixtay.com.
Okay. So for those who are interested to know more about this free webinar to really help you in your mindset, to develop yourself better, go to felixtay.com and register for this webinar. It's free. So you know what? You got nothing to lose. Go for it and learn how to improve your mindset so you can face MCO 2.0 better. Okay. Again, Felix, thank you so much for being here. I would like to say thank you on behalf of everyone else who's watching as well, for you to share the knowledge that you have regards to how we can face MCO 2.0 with a good, positive, and abundance mindset. Thank you very much, Felix.
Thank you.